Hello, thank you for visiting my channel, and today I'm going to share some of my incredible encounters with migratory birds and a beautiful new arrival to the yard. We will also be planting some potatoes and having a bit of a tour around the yard. This is a thrasher. It's a member of the thrush family, and it's got an extremely long tail, which makes it quite comical in a way because it seems to almost lose its balance sometimes. There is a pair of them going through courtship behaviour, so they are probably going to be building a nest in the lilac hedge again this year, which is good news. These are photographs of the Baltimore Oriole, which I took, which I'm very pleased with. And they seem to be nesting as well somewhere. In this video there are some more shots of the Baltimore Orioles. There's a catbird that's also feeding from the orange, which is quite unusual. And there is an orchard oriole, which is one of my favourites. They're a little bit rarer and quite a delightful bird. I was hoping he was going to hang around and nest maybe, but he seems to have moved on at the moment. But I will look out for him in the hedgerows around the yard. The catbird is the bird that's meowing like a cat, and it's a grey bird with a black cap on its head, and it's got a red patch underneath its tail, which you rarely see. The Baltimore Orioles are the orangey coloured birds, and the orchard oriole is more of a crimson red or maroony red maybe, with black wings and a black head. He's quite a delight. I'm definitely one of my favourites. potato planting day today. It's rained overnight, so the heavy lifting equipment and tractors and de-stoners have all had to give up on my little plot. So it's just down to me to plant these potatoes. I've got 4 varieties here. This one is Irish Cobbler, which is it's a first early potatoes. Early potatoes are the most beautiful thing in the world. They taste so delicious. That first potato that you have out of the soil that you've grown is absolutely amazing. So these should have been planted a few weeks ago maybe, but when they come out through the ground, if there's a frost, and we still could have frost this week, it will cut the tops off. So I don't really want that stunting to happen to them. So Irish Cobbler, a first early potato, brand new potatoes, cooked with mint, fresh mint in a saucepan for 18 to 20 minutes. Absolutely delicious. So they're going to be in one row in this bed behind me. These ones are going to be in the same row at the far end, if they'll fit. And these are fingerling potatoes. So these are of French origin, I believe. And I think these are main crop, but they grow long and thin. So that is how they grow, but hopefully bigger than that. And they actually last longer into the winter. So they're a good storing potato. So this is a chit. And all these potatoes have been chitted. They were delivered from out east, from a plant grower out there in a box via Canada Post. I took them out of the bag and they've had daylight or a light bulb to make them chit to think it is daylight. So this will help them in their growth and will, you know, spur them on. So, and I have to be careful with them, putting them in the ground, because I don't want to knock these chits off, otherwise it would have been a waste of time. This variety is Norland, and these are a main crop potatoes. And I believe they're white. I thought they were red, but they're and these have been chitted as well, so you can see. So if I've got a lot of space, one like that has got enough food resources inside it to grow 2 plants. So I could actually take my knife from over there and cut it down, trying not to cut any of the shoots off, and cut it in half, and then I put them the flat side down, the cut side down, and then they poke up. So I'll show you how we plant them later. So that's Norland, and this one is Russet Burbank, and that's a white potato, and you can see that that is chitted as well, and they're ready to grow. So hopefully this will be enough to keep us going until maybe February next year. The smaller potatoes are a bit fiddly, but if they can get some nice rain on these, and the soil's really good here, so then we can have some large potatoes, which will be lovely. Here's the gardener's friend and my friend, and this is the main reason I don't like to dig or cultivate, is because There are lots of toads overwintering in this soil and salamanders. So you go through with a tiller, you chop them all up, which is very sad. This way of gardening is called the no-dig method. So basically you throw the spade away and you don't cultivate or anything. You just put compost or manure or other goodness on the top of the soil, and you don't stand on the beds like so, because the compression is what does a lot of the damage. Charles Dowding in England, he was one of the first people to YouTube about this method of gardening, and I've seen the results that he shows on his YouTube channel, and they're very good yields from his garden. So I try to do this. Potato planting is always a bit of a problem because you do have to dig the soil. So I've sort of disobeyed the rules a little bit, but I think you have to. So basically there was compost on top of this soil for the winter, and then I've planted the potatoes, and now I've just hilled them up. Now if the tops get touched by the frost, then they'll be scorched and die, but the next lot of shoots will come up, but it does weaken the plants a little bit, so I'd rather they didn't catch frost. So that is why I hill them up. And as you can see, we've got some nice trenches there. Hello, thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the birds and my potato planting efforts. It's pouring with rain for a couple of days here now, so that's really good for the potatoes, and they should be growing as long as the soil doesn't get too cold. I hope you'll like and subscribe my video and enjoy watching it. And I'll see you next week with some more ramblings from Creekside Acres. Goodbye.